All right, guys. So, really nice to have you guys in Macomb.
Yeah,
it's pretty sweet. We're pretty excited for you guys to be here.
The island in the middle of corn.
That's exactly what it is.
I like it.
So I just have a couple quick questions for you guys, and I won't waste too much of your time. But
no worries.
So you guys started out the band like in high school, correct?
Yeah, we did.
And you guys just had like a lot of early success. It seemed like you went on tour right out of graduation. Can you just tell us what kind of like that was like?
Yeah, I mean, we got really lucky in that sense. You know, we worked really hard at this band and developing this band kind of from an early age. And we formed in our freshman year of high school. And so by the time we hit senior year, we were talking to record labels, which was pretty incredible. You know, we kind of made a point to really try and grow the band through high school and you know, be prepared to hit the real world with it.
The early tours weren't really that glamorous, though. You know, it was just like us in like a really crappy van. Like, it was weird. We did like 2 hotel rooms
an
for like
an Xterra with a U-Haul trailer.
Yeah, 2 hotel rooms for like 7 dudes. Like, it was pretty brutal at first, but worked our way up.
Well, there's a lot of bands that start out in high school. Would you guys have any advice for all these bands that are trying to start out when they start out young?
Yeah, you know,
get out there first of all. You know, like, you have to play in other states. You have to get out there and spread your music. So that really helped us, you know.
For sure, I think that's a huge part of it, and also just networking. Like a really valuable point is to kind of you know, make friends, make a lot of connections. And, you know, sort of the big thing for us was trading shows. We sort of found other local bands that were sort of in a similar situation that we were, and we would just trade shows.
Right, just come together.
Yeah, and that would kind of
right?
exactly, and that would kind of get us, you know, shows in other states, and that's what sort of started really growing the band, I think.
Very cool. Well, you guys finished off. You guys played all over the world. It seems like you guys you have a huge band base in Australia, in the UK. You played all over the place. So, what's it like playing in foreign countries?
Very cool.
It was weird at first.
Yeah, it's scary, but it
was really scary.
I think we were a little bit intimidated. You know, the world's a big place, so it was definitely a little crazy, you know, going out there for the first time. But you know, I think one of the things you realize is that the fan bases overseas are so passionate because, you know, they don't get to see the bands quite as much. So we've always been made to feel really welcome every time we've gone out.
And they realize the journey that you had to take to get over to their country. You know, going to Australia is like it's a whole thing. It's expensive, but it also takes a long time, and it's a lot of hard work.
We really all come together over the mutual love for Journey.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, you guys started out with Hopeless Records.
Yeah.
And then you switched, and then you went back over to Hopeless for this last album.
Yeah.
What was kind of happening there?
You know, I think what we realized is just that Interscope really wasn't the right fit for this band. You know, it wasn't anything that they really did terribly wrong or anything like that. It just wasn't the right place for us. So we decided to, when we parted ways with them, we decided to kind of make this record unsigned. And I think, you know, once the record was done, it became really clear to us that it made a lot of sense to go back to our former family. And sort of, we just know that they can do a great job with us. So
right.
that
Well, this new album is Don't Panic, comes out October 9th.
Yes,
you guys have the date. And so you guys said that you want this album to be like a reflection of the best aspects from your previous albums.
Yeah.
What exactly is that focus?
You know, I think the focus is really on just being true to our songwriting and to sort of capturing the energy that I think people fell in love with originally. You know, I think sort of we've learned a lot over the past few albums, and you know, I think a big part of that is taking the, like you said, the best elements of those things. So like, you know, sort of the raw emotion from the earlier albums, and then combining that with, you know, us being a little bit more knowledgeable from a writing standpoint on the later records, and sort of slamming that together.
Yeah, one of the best ways to be a long-lasting band is to listen to your fans and see what they actually want, you know, and give them what they want. So I think that's what we did best on this record. Very cool.
Well, you guys have a lot of guests coming on this album, doing different recordings on different tracks.
Yeah.
What was it like working with them?
It was great. You know, we had everybody on the record this time is you know, they're great friends. You know, we've known Cassidy for a long time, and she's never contributed to an album, so it was cool to get her involved. Jason Vina from Acceptance is obviously someone that we really look up to, and he's not really in music anymore, so it was cool to get him singing on something. And Anthony from Bayside is just a very good friend of ours, and has an awesome voice and really lends something special to the song, I think.
Very cool, very cool. Well, you guys have been on Warped Tour for a lot over the past couple of years. What keeps bringing you guys back to that?
I think, well, it's a mix of, that's where we got our start from. So I think that's where our fans always are. That's where they always end up, kind of. And it's a great promotional tool, you know. You just go on the road and you play massive crowds every day. It's really good. It's good for the bands.
For sure.
And it's fun. It's really fun to just kind of be with all your like heroes, kind of.
Yeah, it's a good way to spend your summer.
Very cool. Well, a question I have to ask everyone: craziest show, maybe wildest moment that you guys have had on the road.
Tonight's gonna be it.
It's gonna be the wildest.
We've had some. Recently, we played a show at Green Day overseas, and at one point I looked over and Billy Joe was on the side of our stage. I freaked out a little bit. So that was kind of crazy to see that. Like, that was a little intimidating, you know, playing in front of your idol.
Well, you guys are from Baltimore, and you guys are going to be on tour for quite a long time after this. You guys will continue it. What's it like? How do you guys make time to watch, you know, your Ravens and the Orioles, who are trying to make the playoffs right now?
It's actually it's turning out to be a problem, because next week we're going to be in Japan when we have our game. It's like the game's like 2 a.m. for us, so you're sitting in a hotel room in Japan. It's 2 a.m. How do you watch a football game?
Right.
It's not easy. So I guess
You have to get like the illegal live streams and stuff.
yeah, they get shut down every like 20 minutes.
It gets real shady. It gets real shady real fast. But we're committed. We're devoted to our teams.
Very cool. Well, thank you very much. We're excited to see you guys perform right now, so we'll let you guys get back to work.
Awesome. Be a good time. Thanks a lot, dude.
Thanks for having us.